Hello, Black women. Let's get these income rivers flowing without working ourselves to exhaustion, right? Without working so much harder, without burning ourselves out. If you already have some sort of side hustle, okay, but the money's not flowing, there's no income river. Let's work on that today. Also, if you don't yet have something, you don't yet have a source of income where the money is flowing into you that is separate from your job, separate from your employment and the employer. Watch this video today. You're going to get some ideas for the types of income that would best suit you and your life and how you want to live and how you want to embrace ease in your life and not struggle. Okay, these are the things that we're going to talk about today. And please stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to give you a tool that's going to help you get your income rivers flowing in a weekend. But first, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Stephanie Perry. I'm a house sitter. I'm the creator of House Sitter School and the co-creator of Exodus Summit. I help Black women take a sabbatical or a career break from work. I help women bop around as a digital nomad. I help Black women move abroad to a new home, a new country. If these things sound good to you, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button on this channel. I'll wait. Thank you. And then turn on notifications. Ring that notification bell so that you'll be notified when I post a new video or when I go live. Welcome. Okay, so we're going to talk about income rivers and we're going to talk about how to get the river of money flowing. You don't have to work as hard at a side hustle as you think you do to make money. I totally understand wanting to have income that's not related to your job or your employer. Number one, that gives you some safety, right? Number two, it gives you some peace of mind. When you have some income from another source at any moment, you can say goodbye to that job that may be toxic or may also just be not suited to your needs, right? No longer filling your needs. All jobs are just a means to an end. And if the job is not helping you get to that end, right? The job got to go. It's in the way. So maybe your side hustle, your income streams are so that you can have some financial security on top of your job. Maybe it's so you can kiss that job goodbye, okay? I'm down with number two, but you do it things in your own pace, okay? This is what we're gonna cover today. So first I wanna answer a couple of questions. What do I mean by income rivers and why am I talking about this? Okay, so what do I mean by income rivers? I'm glad you asked that. I just celebrated my 8th job quit-iversary. September 21st, 2015, I said goodbye to jobs. I said goodbye to my job. I boarded a plane. I thought I was going to Southeast Asia to travel and see the world for a year. I have been traveling full-time since. I came back for a little while, but that's another story. I've been back in the U.S. COVID had me back in the U.S. for a little while. But I have not had a job that dictated where I had to be and what work I had to do since 2015. And I was able to say goodbye to job life and say goodbye to my job being the boss of me because of income rivers, right? I'm not talking about little trickles and streams of income. What I mean when I say an income river is I mean one skill set or one thing that you know, okay, that you make money from in a variety of different ways. Some income sources branch out from one river, one thing that you do. Okay, I know in the income streams conversation, normally people are talking about doing a whole bunch of different things, right? Buy a vending machine company and keep your regular job and do hair on the side and invest in real estate, and right? But those things are very separate, very different. Each business needs their own energy. Each business needs its own time and its own focus, maybe its own staff. Right? Each business has its own set of expenses. When you have an income river, when you make money doing one thing and have different ways to monetize that one thing, you've simplified the equation. You've given yourself some extra time and you've given your business a better chance to succeed. Your focus isn't split in 18 different directions. When you have some time and some focused attention, your business has a better chance to bring you that river of income. My income river, this is going to sound funny to you, my income river is from me being a house sitter. Even though most of my house sits are unpaid. Most of the house sits I do for free accommodation only. I don't get cash money to house sit. But my income rivers are from me being a house sitter. So what that looks like is I teach people to become a house sitter through individual coaching calls. I get paid for that. I have a course. If people don't want to talk to me, they can just download my videos and watch my course on getting started house sitting. It's called House Sitter School. That pays me money. I have this YouTube channel. YouTube runs ads on my channel. I get a cut of that money. That's where I talk about house sitting. This is a channel where I talk about house sitting and career breaks and moving abroad. And I told you, I already introduced myself, right? This YouTube channel pays me money. Branching off of the YouTube channel, I also have merch that you may see at the bottom of the screen, including some Boycott Winter merch and some These Jobs Ain't Loyal merch. That merch pays me money. And then I host a virtual summit along with Rashida Dow called Exodus Summit. We host Exodus Summit every year. This is our 4th year. Exodus Summit pays me money. And in Exodus Summit, I teach house sitting inside of the virtual summit for Black women who are planning a sabbatical or a move abroad or nomad life, right? Inside of that virtual event, which I'm the co-founder of, I teach house sitting. That pays me money. Trusted House Sitters, the platform that I house sit through, gives me an affiliate link. When you become a house sitter using my affiliate link, Trusted House Sitters pays me money, okay? So we've got 6 sources of income, at least, off of me being a house sitter, one river. 6 streams come together to create one river. I was a hospital pharmacy tech back up until the days when I said goodbye to job life. And my hospital pharmacy tech job back then in 2015 paid me $22 an hour. So I made $46,000 a year plus a little bit extra. In 2021, my income rivers came together to pay me 3x what I made as a pharmacy technician. In 2021, I made 3 times what I made as a pharmacy tech through these income rivers that stream off of me being a house sitter. In 2022, I made 5x what I made as a pharmacy technician, okay? This is what I mean by income rivers. As a pharmacy technician, there is a definite ceiling on how much money I could make. Being a person with some streams of income, with some sources of income that are branched off of what I know, right? But branched off of my own skill set and what I can teach, there's no ceiling. There's no ceiling. And so this is why we talk about income rivers over here. You don't have to be an entrepreneur to have income rivers, but that is the approach that I have taken. And that's what I can talk about. That's what I'm qualified to talk about. Right now, the rivers of income that I have in my life are from me being an entrepreneur, not an investor yet. That's a switch that I plan to flip soon enough, but not yet. So I'm not prepared to talk about investment as a source of income rivers, but you should do it, okay? I'm gonna be doing it sometime soon. Okay, so another thing that I want to point out is that we're talking about ways to make money with ease, not hard ways, which includes doing work that you hate. Also, this does not necessarily mean that you need an entirely new skill set, right? House sitting and teaching people how to house sit was not an entirely new skill set for me. You probably, sometimes when we start talking about sources of income and side hustles, people think they need to go out and start a whole new thing. You may already know the thing that's going to bring in the rivers of income. You may just be undervaluing it. So let's go ahead and get to the first point. I've got 6 points that I want to cover today. Let's get to the step number 1 on how to get your income river flowing. Stop undervaluing your own skill set. We naturally, this is not, I don't want to be accusatory and pointing my fingers. We naturally, as humans and particularly as Black women, take for granted the things that we're good at. We take it for granted. And we forget that other people would pay us money to teach them how to do that thing or something, right? Other people would, or what we know how to do is worth money. That's a skill set that is monetizable. And so stop undervaluing your skill set. Get a clear list of the things that you know how to do well and that you enjoy doing. And look at that list. There are some things on there that people ask you, how did you do that? Okay? That is step number 1 to getting your income river flowing. We have a tendency to overlook things or think that they're not important enough or big enough, okay? When that starts to rear its head up in your life, remember that I make 5 times what I made as a hospital pharmacy technician by teaching people how to become a house sitter. And most house sits are unpaid. right? If that doesn't tell you that what you know can be the pathway to income rivers, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. So number one, stop undervaluing your skill set. This means not only stop overlooking it entirely, but once you do remember that this is something that people will pay you for, stop undercharging for it. Price like a white man, right? Price like the white dude with all the confidence in the world who can't get half the results that you can get for your clients. Price like he prices. When you tell people that your thing is transformative, transformational, when you tell people that your thing will change their life, right, but you charge $8 for it, they think that means it's not true. They think you don't know what you're talking about. It's not going to be worth it. It's not going to help them. So stop charging $8 for your stuff, or $80 or $800. Some of your stuff is priced as though it's not really all that helpful, when you know what you know how to teach people is very helpful. It's going to change their life. Okay? So stop undervaluing your skill set is number one. Number two step to getting your income river flowing is to stop letting Black excellence tell you your thing isn't important enough. I have major beef with Black excellence. Black excellence gives us a very narrow path to walk in our life with a promise that is empty, hollow. The promise is, if you walk this very narrow path in your life, you will be seen as one of the good ones, okay? I hate it. I reject black excellence. I reject it. I hope that you will too, sis. I want for all Black women to live the life that they want, not the life that Black excellence has prescribed to us, okay? That means maybe you did spend a lot of time learning how to do a certain thing, okay? But if you didn't really want to do that thing, you're no more free than we were 200 years ago. Free yourself from Black excellence, just like we want to free ourselves from the grip of white supremacy. Free yourself from it. Live your own life. So don't let Black excellence tell you your thing isn't good enough, important enough. Stop viewing your life and your work and the things that you do in your life and the way that you live through how other people will see you. Instead, view your life and the things that you do in your life through how you feel. How does it make you feel? Because one day it's going to be your last day. Spoiler alert. One day it's going to be your last day. And you're not going to care about those other people's opinions. What you're going to care about is what you did or did not get to feel in your life, okay? Step number one, stop undervaluing your skill set. Step number two, don't let Black excellence tell you what you do is not important enough. This is for you diversity, equity, inclusion women out there, okay? For those of you who are working inside of doing struggle work, when what you really want to do is some peace work, right? You're doing some work for the struggle of all and sacrificing your own self. Thank you, but it's time to stop, okay? Thank you for that. Appreciate you, okay? It's time to stop. It's time to live your own life for you. And you can, I'm a witness, you can live a life where you make money doing things that you enjoy. Money actually is a little bit easier to make when you're doing work that you like to do, when you enjoy it. So stop picking the work and side hustles and income streams that you should do and do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Money will flow to you much more easily and much more freely that way. When Black women have agency over our own lives, that's Black power. Okay? Until you are free to do what you want to do in your life, until you are free to know what you want and then do what you want, you're not free. Let's get free. Okay, listen, let me get back on the income rivers talk, okay? So number three step to getting your income rivers flowing is free up time in your life to work on these income rivers. Okay, I know that some people really think that they're just a couple more hours per day or a couple more hours per week away from a breakthrough in their business, but where those hours going to come from, I'm going to tell you, those hours are going to come from you dropping a lot of responsibilities that you're carrying, that you don't need to carry. Some of this is inside of your own household. I talked about in a video on this channel not too long ago, I talked about in order to do the things that I want to do next in my life and my business, I'm going to have to become a master delegator. I'm going to have to become a person who is very good at delegating and not, I'll do it myself. Some of the stuff that I do in my own life would be much easier for somebody else to do for me and much cheaper for me to pay someone to do than for me to do it myself. I've already dropped laundry, okay? I've already dropped laundry. I'm in San Jose, Costa Rica. I'm here to get residency, and I pay someone to do my laundry. In fact, I paid a housekeeper to come in the other day, and all she did was wash the dishes and clean the bathroom because I had already swept and done some other stuff, right? All she did was wash the dishes, clean the bathroom, change the sheets, wash the sheets, and I paid for that because while she was doing that, I got to work on Exodus Summit things and make some money that was more than the money that I paid her, okay? So freeing up time in your life is a must-do in order to get the income rivers flowing. Some of that means you're going to need to rebalance or redistribute the responsibilities inside of your household. You also may need to redistribute some responsibilities outside in the world. Some of that means just quitting some things, some boards you're on, if they're not leading you to whatever your vision is for yourself. These things that aren't leading you closer to that vision, some stuff you're going to have to drop. The days of black women automatically volunteering to do everything, those days are over. I went to Houston to see Beyonce a few days ago. It was amazing. And I told some women inside of my community, the Exodus Summit has an Exodus Summit Facebook community. And I told women inside the community that I was coming to town. And I was like, who wants to plan a get together, right? So we can get together. And everybody was like, I want to get together, but I'm not planning it. No, thank you. I'm not volunteering. And I was like, you guys have learned so well. Thank you to Winsome who did organize a wonderful meetup for us. But what we're seeing is a tide turning and black women no longer being the automatic volunteer to do things. Free up time in your life so you can work on the dreams for your life that you have for yourself, not the dreams that other people have told you you should have, okay? All right, freeing up free time includes working in a different way. Right? Freeing up free time includes work no longer eating up the majority of your waking hours. I made a video a year ago, almost a year ago to the day, the first time talking about income rivers. And in the comment section of that video, I'll put it up here. In the comment section of that video, a woman said, I'm a dentist. I've moved my family to the Caribbean. I now do telemedicine, teledentistry sometimes, and I fly back into the US to cover other dentists for their vacation 2 or 3 weeks at a time, and then I come back to the Caribbean, right? So freeing up free time to work on your thing may mean that work is no longer the main time consumer of your waking hours. Work is no longer eating up most of your waking hours. It's just a piece of the pie, a piece of the puzzle. It just fits in its place. Putting work in its place is something that we don't know how to do. We don't even know that it's a thing that we can do as Americans. In the United States, we are taught and shown that work is the main focus of our lives from teens to 65 or 67 or 71, if you tell the truth, right? And that's how it should be, but that's not how it should be. That's not how other people in a lot of the world live. I'm in Costa Rica because I don't want to live like that. And I think that freeing up free time to work on what you really want, a lot of times is going to mean you're going to have to put work in its place. And for some of you, it may mean work is something that you do now and then, seasonally. I know that seems scary, but we're talking income rivers. If there's a ceiling on what you can make with your employer, okay? But there's no ceiling on what you can make in the thing that you do for yourself. I say put more focused time into the thing that you can do for yourself, okay? All right, so the next step we're on, I didn't number these on my list. 1, 2, 3 was free up time. Number 4 is learn how to take action on things that are important to you. Okay? This is another time when I'm going to say we and not you, you. We. Naturally, are better at putting our time and attention and action behind things that we think we have to do, okay? And then we think that the thing for ourselves is not a have to. It's not a must do. And so we don't have the ability to take action on the things that we want to do for ourselves, like we have the ability to take action on things that we do for other people, right? But you've got to learn. We've got to learn how to put that same action behind our own thing. So I think that there are a few different reasons that it's hard to take action on your thing, even though it's easy to take action on somebody else's thing. Number one is we're exhausted, okay? We're tired. We've done a lot, okay? This is why I just talked about freeing up some free time. Another reason is just fear. Fear and imposter syndrome telling us we can't do this, we can't do this. I know you want to do this thing. For me, it's book publishing and book writing, right? Yeah, I know you want to be an author and a book publisher, but it's really scary. And so it's taken me years to take about 3 to 6 months worth of action towards writing my own book. Okay, that's fear, that's imposter syndrome, that's procrastination. We have to learn how to get ourselves out of that. We have to teach ourselves how to take action on things that are important to you. Make sure you stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to talk about a way that you can learn how to take action in a weekend. Okay, stick around. Okay, step number 5 to getting your income river flowing is learning how to market your thing, if your thing is a product or a service that you provide. Again, I don't know yet about income rivers through investing, and so I don't know about that type of passive income, okay? But I'm a course creator, and so I do know about passive income, and what I know is passive income requires work. Okay? And it requires you to market your thing. It requires you to let people know that your thing exists. It requires me to talk my talk all over the internet. My marketing plan is YouTube. To me, YouTube is a wonderful way for people to go out and find somebody who's interested in their stuff and grow a community of people who are interested in their stuff and then sell that stuff, sell the product, the service, right? What you're really selling is the outcome, the result. I market my income streams or rivers. I market them on YouTube, on my own channel, and on other people's channels, and on podcasts and other places too. But YouTube is my main thing, right? I think that YouTube is the easiest way, and I like to embrace ease. YouTube is the easiest way for me to find the people who are into the thing that I do, right? If I'm talking about house sitting, what I need is people who like to travel, people who like to travel on a budget in particular, people who like animals and pets, right? It's easy to find those groups of people on YouTube because YouTube is in your business. YouTube knows what you're into as a YouTube viewer. And so YouTube knows to present my videos to the right people because it knows that you're a match. I do this through giving YouTube the right data, right? So YouTube, I'm not saying you just make a YouTube video and magically it reaches the right people. But YouTube is about giving data to YouTube and then YouTube using that data to get your videos in front of other people. YouTube doesn't have to be the way that you market your thing though. It depends on who your audience is or who your ideal buyers are for your product or your service. But whatever that is, you need to know where they are on the internet or in real life. And you need to know how to get your business, your product or your service in front of them. Marketing is a part of having income rivers. Okay, again, unless your thing is investing in real estate or investing in other businesses or something like that, you're going to need to know how to market your thing. Doing the thing is not enough. I'm speaking to myself and other author friends, right? People who think that writing a book is enough, but people don't know that book exists. Congratulations on writing the book, but nobody knows it exists. You have to market your book. You have to market your stuff. You have to market your coaching program or your retreat as part of running a business. And then my final step for getting your income flowing is to use the money. Money has to flow. Use your money, okay? If you're making money from a side hustle already, if you're making money from an income stream already, use the money. Use it, particularly if you've made that money for a specific reason. If you're putting money together to take a career break, use the money and take a career break, all right? When you hold on to the money, You're operating out of that scarcity mindset that there's no money that's ever gonna come back to you ever again, okay? Yes, I saved this. In my experience, I saved $14,000 back in 2015 to travel for a year on that savings. And that money was for that. If I had then, when September 21st came of 2015, if I had said, oh, I can't go, I can't use this money. I'm saying that there's a scarcity of money in the world, and we know that's not true. There's not a scarcity of money. It may be being hoarded by a few people, but there's no money scarcity, right? And I'm saying that I don't trust that there's any money that's ever gonna come back to me, okay? And what we've learned is that taking that career break in 2015 led to me becoming a house sitter, which led to me having these rivers of income, which now give me 5x what I made as a pharmacy technician. Okay? Money has to flow in your life. I'm not going to get too woo-woo out here, okay? But money does have to flow. You've got to use the money. When the money comes into you from your business and you've decided that this money is for this thing, use it for that thing. It's normal to be afraid, but we don't have to let that fear be the boss of us. I really like the idea of Black women saying, I have X goal for my life. Right now, I don't have the money to do it, but that's not going to stop me, okay? I'm going to figure out how to get the money to do that thing. Maybe it's selling coaching calls, maybe it's whatever. Putting together a Zoom workshop that I charge people for, right? I really like the idea of, instead of saying it's impossible because I don't have the money, instead saying, what are 5 ways? What are 10 ways? What are 15 ways I can make that amount of money? And then going out and doing it in the world. What that's going to require is for you to stop undervaluing your skill set. Don't let Black excellence dictate what you do and don't do for money. Free up time so that you have time to work on that income river. Learn how to take action on things that are for you, and learn how to market that thing. Learn how to market what you do, and then use the money that you make. This is how Black women get the rivers of income flowing in their life without working harder, with ease. So I told you to stick around to the end because I was going to tell you how to get these rivers of income flowing in a weekend, okay? That is Exodus Summit, the virtual conference for Black women who want to take a sabbatical or who want to move abroad or who want to bop around as a nomad or who want to embrace more ease in their lives. This is the 4th year that career break coach Rashida Dow and I have hosted Exodus Summit. And this is the 4th year that we've brought in speakers who teach you how to do a very specific thing. So I told you that you need to free up some time in your life in order to work towards your income rivers. We've got some sessions on how to free up time in your life. We have Tori Profit, who is a licensed marriage and family therapist, who's going to come in and teach you how to delegate within your household. And we've got a session called Leave Behind What You've Outgrown, Break the Cycle of Intergenerational Trauma, that's being taught by Dr. Marielle Bouquet. Dr. Bouquet is a therapist and the author of the book Break the Cycle, A Healing Guide for Intergenerational Trauma. I'll link to it in the description of this video. All right, so Dr. Bouquet is coming in to teach us how to leave things behind. That's gonna free up some time in your life. It's gonna free up some time, it's gonna free up some energy, it's gonna free up some rest in your life. I started off this video telling you to stop undervaluing your own skill set, and I told you how infopreneurship, how teaching people to become a house sitter has opened up the income rivers in my life. It can happen for you too. I'm not exceptional. I'm not the exception, right? There's no reason that that would work for me, that it won't work for you, okay? Now, in Exodus Summit 2022, we had a wonderful session on infopreneurship taught by my business bestie, Rashida Dow. And that session is one that I would watch if this part of my video caught your attention, right? If me talking about how I make streams of income or rivers of income from teaching people how to be a house sitter, right? If that caught your attention, then the session from Exodus Summit 2022 on infopreneurship and also Teacher Jade's session on teaching anything online are sessions that you should go back and watch. Exodus Summit 2023 is online, but so is Exodus Summit 2022. You can buy your ticket to Exodus Summit 2023 at exodussummit.com, along with the replays of Exodus Summit 2022. Coach Tish is teaching a session this year on how to coach your way to freedom. If the procrastination, the imposter syndrome, the fear have been winning in your battle to do things for yourself, right? Coach Tish is coming to Exodus Summit 2023 to teach you how to coach yourself through that. Instead of just saying, this is how I am. I'm a person who has fear and imposter syndrome, and I procrastinate, and that's who I'm going to be. Instead, let Coach Tish come in and teach you how to move through that over and over and over again, whether it's because you're writing a book, because you want to move abroad, because you want to find a new job. Let Coach Tish teach you in Exodus Summit 2023 how to coach yourself. And then, of course, I'm going to teach house sitting at Exodus Summit 2023. I get free accommodation as a house sitter. I've had a full year of my life where I didn't pay for accommodation because I house sat back to back to back to back to back. I'm doing a workshop on house sitting at Exodus Summit 2023. If having a free place to stay for months out of the year would save you at least $299, I know it would. Go ahead and get your ticket to Exodus Summit 2023 and get the all access pass, because that gives you a full year of replays. So you can watch a session, implement what the speaker taught you, watch it again, implement the next step, watch it again, right? Make adjustments as you go. Exodus Summit 2023's All Access Pass also comes with the keynote speaker sessions. If you've been over to the website, or maybe I'll show you here. Okay, brace yourself, okay? We have some keynote speakers at Exodus Summit 2023 that are super exciting. And it's not because of their name, it's because of what they can teach you. You're about to spend a weekend, when you register for Exodus Summit, you're about to spend a weekend learning from Black women who can get you what you want in your life, okay? Because they have gotten what they want in their lives. Tabitha Brown is one of the keynote speakers at Exodus Summit 2023. Tabitha Brown knows how to create a vision for her life. She knows how to hold on to that vision when things don't look good. She knows how to live out that vision and share it out in the world to be a beacon. I don't want to gush too much about Tabitha Brown, but to be a beacon, a guiding light to other Black women. If that is a path that you also want to take for yourself, you should be in Tabitha Brown's session. Rachel Cargill is a keynote speaker at Exodus Summit 2023. Rachel Cargill, we know from the dismantling white supremacy space and the dismantling patriarchy space, but what good is it to dismantle those things if you're still living your life under that shadow? Right? What good is freedom for us if you're not free individually? So Rachel Cargill's session is talking about your individual freedom, your individual renaissance. Her new book is called A Renaissance of Our Own. I left it in my room. Her new book is called A Renaissance of Our Own, and Rachel Cargill is a keynote speaker at Exodus Summit 2023. And then Dr. Joy Harden Bradford is a keynote speaker at Exodus Summit, and her session is on sisterhood, forming community. Her new book is called Sisterhood Heals, and she's going to come in and to talk to us about the ways that community helps us thrive, the ways that we as Black women have been told not to rely on community and do everything ourselves, and how we can switch that, right, and get back to the way it was intended to be, for our lives to be in community with other people, with other Black women in particular. Speaking of community, if you have the All Access Pass to Exodus Summit, you're also going to have an opportunity to be in community with other Black women during the summit, in small groups, in virtual meetups, okay? We're doing salons or small group breakout rooms or virtual meetups based around what your interests are. So if you would really like to take a career break and maybe stay right in your own home, right? You would love to take a career break and have some time where you can enjoy the house that you paid for, right? You'll be able to meet other Black women inside of the Exodus Summit community who are into that same thing. Maybe some who are doing it, right? But also some who are working on their plan just like you are. If you want to move abroad, if you want to travel full-time for a year, if you want a remote job so that you don't have to be in any particular place at any particular time, you'll find a small group or salon or a small breakout room around that thing, and you'll be able to meet other Black women in the Exodus Summit community who are working in that same direction. Community will take you far. What you will learn in Exodus Summit 2023 plus the 2022 replays is how to make your income river, right? Whether it's through infopreneurship, whether it's through freelancing, whether it's through investing. We had several sessions on investing, right? Whether it's through just a remote job that lets you live a life of your dreams anywhere in the world, okay? Exodus Summit teaches you how to get started in that thing, and then we'll teach you how to free up some time to actually to commit to the thing, how to form community and sisterhood that will get you there, that will encourage you, that will answer your questions and hold your hand, and how to find a place in the world where you feel like you can thrive. If you're a Black woman in the United States, you probably don't think that's inside of the United States, and I would agree with you. Again, I'm in Costa Rica. I'm in San Jose, Costa Rica right now. Exodus Summit 2023, which is all online, October 6th through 9, plus the Exodus Summit 2022 replays together, bundled together, are designed to help you move through the steps that we just worked on today, right? These sessions will help you stop undervaluing your skill set and price like Chad prices, how to reject Black excellence's view for your life, and how to get a very clear picture of what you actually want for yourself, how to get clarity on how you want to live and what you want in your life. Will help you free up free time now. Will help you learn to take action on the things that you want for yourself. Will help you learn how to market and promote what you do out into the world, let people know it exists. And it'll also help you use your money. Put your money towards your own location freedom, financial freedom, and time freedom, which are the building blocks of the life that you want. I don't know what you actually want for yourself, okay? You might not even know what you want for yourself, but I know that they are on the other side of you having location freedom, financial freedom, and time freedom. Those are the building blocks, and that is what Exodus Summit is designed to get you to. That's where Exodus Summit gets Black women. So join us, exodussummit.com. I hope that I'll see you there. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please take a second and hit the like button on the video and share it with a Black woman who's ready to get her income river flowing. I'll see you at Exodus Summit 2023. Thanks for watching. Bye.